So first things first, Jermaine, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Very good.
That's good to hear. That's very good to hear. So I want to start with the song Anti-MCs. And I kind of want to use that as a way to talk about the rappers that you grew up with and that you were influenced by. So
Okay.
what is missing these days that you really enjoyed about the rappers that you grew up with?
The things I like about the rappers that I grew up with was the technical ability in what they're saying, and the rappers that talk about things other than guns, drugs, and women.
In this vein, maybe somebody like Lupe Fiasco is somebody who stuck out for me. Were there specific people for you?
Specifically, I'd say Eminem is one of them. Tech Nine, Nipsey Hussle, Wiley, Dizzy Rascal, Kano, Gets. The list goes on.
So quite a bunch. So was it very early on then that you knew that this is something you wanted to pursue? This kind of using your language and using words.
Yeah, definitely. I think my brother used to MC to like drum and bass, and it was just called rave music then. So I used to kind of sing along to what he did, and also my dad showed me the Eminem song. Hi, my name is what? My dad showed me that. So it was probably about 14, 15 when I thought, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to be a rapper, but I want to be a really big rapper.
When you started putting your words to paper, was it already kind of looking at the world and kind of perceiving things, observing things?
No, it wasn't actually. When I first started, it was just I was kind of an MC. I was rapping. I've always wanted to be a bit different, though. You know, a lot of rappers were rapping like where I was growing up with. Everyone was rapping about the same thing, about drugs and guns and that. And I always knew I wanted to rap about different stuff. So I used to rap about like skateboarding and BMXing. But yeah, early on, I didn't realize how effed up the world was. So it wasn't really until I joined Hacktivist, until Hacktivist started. That's when I started realizing how crazy the world was, and I kind of wanted to use my voice as a platform.
Right. And then kind of to round off that idea of anti-MCs, what is it then that you think is lacking in well, that's maybe a too negatively phrased question, but what would you like to see more of in terms of rap music or lyrics in modern music?
I'd like to just hear more different stuff. There is some stuff out there, but it just like the reason for anti-MCs is literally a lot of rappers rap about the same thing. I hear the same thing over and over again, just said in different ways. So it'll be nice to hear more rappers talking about more positive stuff, but I suppose not all of the rappers are from that background. So most of the rappers are going to talk about their own background. So it's cool, you know. Right, I let them do it. So I still listen to a lot of gangster rap. Like I still like it. I still enjoy it. But sure. I just wanted with anti-MCs, we wanted to come at a different angle and just show them what's about.
And I mean, in speaking of kind of having an authentic or an original sound, I suppose that's what Hacktivist has accomplished, because there's not a lot of music out there that sounds like you guys. So was that when you started and as you continue to develop the sound, was that a very prominent thing in your minds?
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely prominent because when we made the first Hacktivist song, my guitarist at the time just said, I already had a grime lyric, and he just said to me, do that grime lyric over this beat that I've made, a gent beat or whatever you want to call it. He just said, do that same lyric over this grime, over this beat that I've made. And I did it. I didn't change my flow or anything like that. I didn't do a hip hop flow. I kept the same grime flow on the metal beat. I did it the first time, and he told me to do it a bit more choppy, a bit more like, and I did. And when I listened to it back, I knew straight away that there's nothing out there like it. And even as the years go by, I listen to other bands coming out, and there's still nothing like it. Obviously, there's people trying to do the same thing, but yeah, it's always been prominent that there is literally no one doing what we're doing. Because there's a lot of hip hop and metal goes together quite well. Sure. Rap metal goes quite well, but I'm from a grime scene, like grime music, grime on the sort of metal we're doing. Yeah, it's unique, man, and that's how I want to keep it.
And if we take then the new song Reprogram into account, because I read that it's partly about kind of the science fiction story, this dystopian notion of the world, but it's also about the band and kind of some of the shifts that you've gone through in the last couple of years. So with that in mind, is it difficult to kind of reinvent yourself without losing yourself?
Yeah, I suppose it could be difficult, yeah, but I don't really ever think about it like that. I just think, obviously I don't want to get stuck doing the same thing forever, but I don't ever think of that when I'm writing. James will send me a beat and I'll just do my thing on the beat. Whatever I feel, if we all decide to rap about one thing, that's what I'll rap about. I never try and I don't try too hard, really. Okay. Yeah.
Well, if we take Reprogram, then what was kind of on your mind as you were writing that?
Just like everything's based on computers, isn't it? Like we're on a computer now, mobile phone, like bank cards, everything is computerized at the moment, and it is now. And I was kind of thinking, like, if the computers go down, with everyone's effed. And recently, when we were writing the song, there was before we was writing the song, one of the banks went down. I think Barclays Bank went down, so no one could take cash out of the machines, and the whole everyone was going crazy. Like everyone was really, really going crazy. No one could pay bills. It was only for like 3 or 4 days, but it made me think, like, wow, like we are literally, if there was no computers, we are effed. So yeah, that's what was kind of going through my head when I was writing part of that song. Like we are literally.
I mean, that's a thought that I've entertained as well, because like you say, if computers all of a sudden fall away, we don't have the knowledge, or at least I don't, to know what's to fix it or to do anything about it. And like you said, there's a panic within a day or two. So it shows you how little control we have in a way about
exactly. And we'd all have to go back to Mother Earth,
right?
Like Earth, the planet. Do you know what I mean? No electricity. Would be effed, no TV, no radio, nothing like that. Everything would be back to Earth, sending messages with pigeons and shit, the pigeons and that.
Right. And just hope for the best.
So that's why I said, when computers go down, believe that this land is borrowed. Do you know what I mean? Because remember about planet Earth.
Because, and this maybe is playing devil's advocate or not, but one could argue that might be better. That we do away with technology, or the extent of technology that we have.
Yeah, it could be better. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever find out either. But
I hope not. I hope we won't have.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind computers. I like computers. I like the way we can send music to each other. I like the way that 5,000 people can listen to my song just by me sitting in my bedroom on my computer. It's definitely a good thing. But I think some people let the internet get on top of them a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like the internet's everything. And still now, girls with their makeup, with their fake lips, people trying to impress people just for the sake of the internet. Prince once said something really good, and he said, it's okay to get on the internet, but don't let the internet get on you. I live by that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, there's nothing wrong with internet. I like it. Just don't overdo it, man. Don't. It's not everything. You know what I mean? What's real is in here.
As somebody then who is in the public eye to some extent, is that difficult to navigate? Because like me, nobody knows me. I don't have to promote anything on Instagram or anything. So for you, is that more because people do look at you differently because all they know you from is the music videos, is the albums?
Yeah, it is a bit difficult. Obviously, because we know us as a band, we know how to have fun as well. The world is a fucked up place, right? But we try not to keep all doom and gloom. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we have to live it. You know, I have to live it and I have to get on with it. But so we do know how to have fun and have a joke as well. And sometimes I've put things on. I put a meme on Facebook before. On our Facebook page, and everyone went crazy. Oh, you should be doing this. You shouldn't be saying that. And it's like, know how to have fun in it and have a laugh and have a joke, man. You know, we're serious. We know what's going on in the world, but it's not all doom and gloom, man. You know what I mean? You've got to try and stay positive in this bad world. So yeah, I do have to be careful of what I say and what I do. But I'm the realest guy you'll ever meet, man. I'll do what the fuck I want. I couldn't really give a shit, but
no, but that's very. I find that very interesting because that is kind of a healthy way to approach it, I would say.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know I'm real, isn't it? I keep it real. Like I have to go to work to earn money to keep a roof over my head. I'm a sucker for it as well. Like I buy new trainers when I don't need new trainers. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
I like to wear nice clothes. I'm on Instagram like this, too long scrolling through shit. I'm a sucker for it as well. But I know that. Do you know what I mean? I know that, and yeah, you got to be careful, man. Some people take things seriously when we put stuff on Instagram or Facebook. Some people comment and say, you shouldn't be saying this, you shouldn't be doing that, blah, blah, blah. But they've got to remember, if you put lol at the end of something, it's a joke, isn't it?
Right.
I think I'll tell you the meme, innit? I put a meme up of, I don't know how to say it, Greta Thunberg,
yeah.
Yeah, I put a meme up of
the girl.
Little girl. I love her to pieces. She's doing good things for the planet, yeah? She's doing good things. I put a meme up of her, you know what I mean? And people went ballistic, bro. People went mad. People took it too seriously, but it's a joke thing, isn't it?
And that's the thing. I think it's important to take things seriously, but it's also very important to not take things too seriously, because that's what was one of the questions that I had was, there's this quote where if you stare into the abyss long enough, the abyss will start staring back at you. There's that idea.
Yeah.
So in my mind, that means kind of, if you're constantly occupying your head with the horrible things, then that's kind of the headspace that you're in all the time. So
Exactly.
But as you mentioned, you do get out of that. You do make a point of getting out of that.
Exactly. Negative thoughts all the time might bring negative things, man. You gotta live. You've got to live. Do you know what I mean? You have to live your life. It's crazy out here.
With that in mind, then the last year has been even stranger than a lot of the years before. How did you keep your sanity since kind of half of what you do is missing? You can't perform for people, and you can't.
Yeah, it's been a bit hard. It's been a bit hard, but what I've done was I used my time. I go to work. I've got a 9 to 5 job. I work on building sites and I do property services. So I've pretty much worked through the whole pandemic. I only had 2 months off.
All right.
So but in them 2 months, to keep my sanity, I writ lots of songs. I tried some singing. I've got like a home demo kind of studio thing in my flat. So I've been writing, recording, trying new things, shouting, singing, playing computer games. But the way I kept my sanity was just looking to the future, man. Just looking to the future and just hoping that we can play shows again.
Right.
And yeah, I think shows are going to come back. I think they're slowly coming back, aren't they?
It's looking up at least.
Yeah, I've seen some shows in other countries, and just try not to watch the news too much, and try not to believe what the media is trying to feed us, and stay positive. But yeah, it's been hard. It's definitely been hard, and I know it's been hard for everyone, especially musicians.
Right. You mentioned kind of experimenting with your voice and doing some different type of vocal techniques. How much of this can we hear on hyperdialect? Is there already some of that on hyperdialect?
There's a little bit of shouting that I've done, maybe, on hyperdialect, but you'll hear more of my vocal experiments on the release after hyperdialect. Okay. Yeah, because to be fair, we recorded hyperdialect. We recorded most of it just before the pandemic started, and we had to keep pushing it back. We were going to release it, but the record label and the management, we all decided not to release it in the pandemic because we can't tour it. So we've been sitting on it for a while, but as I said, in the pandemic, we've been writing new stuff, and I've been experimenting with some new stuff. So you'll probably hear it on our next release after the album, and maybe some of my solo stuff as well.
Okay, well, looking forward to that. If we move to a hyperdialect, then because the previous album was released in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. How do you see the development of what you personally do, but also you guys as a collective since then?
The development, obviously, my lyrical ability has got better. My technical flow has definitely got better, and the development of our band is how can I explain it? Like, we can give you more. Like we've learned how to actually give you more, like give you what you want, as in the development in work rate kind of thing. We can, because with the other album it was kind of one person that did more than everybody else, and if he wasn't feeling it, the rest of us couldn't do anything. But now it's more of a collective. So the development now is much better because it's more quality, and you're going to hear more of it. You know, we're going to come with the album before. We did a single, another single, sat around doing nothing, and then another single, and then another single, and then put it all together, and then put the album out. It took too long. Like, it was good quality. It was a wicked album, but it took too long, and it just wasn't. It wasn't in the time. Do you know what I mean? Right. Like the record label and the management will give you the time to do stuff, and before we couldn't do it, but now we can do it. Deadlines and shit. Now we can meet deadlines now. So after this album, you're probably going to have another EP, and then you have another. You have more. So
that's very good to hear. That's very good to hear. Yeah. Is there one song that you're, well, this is kind of an unfair question, but is there one song on the album that you're particularly proud of the lyrics?
Life Form.
Okay. And
Life Form. That's that song. I had most control over that song. You know, we all were even on the songs of where we want stuff. But some songs I stepped back and said, I'm cool with you guys put anything where you want. But Life Forms, I was like, no, I want that bit there, and then that bit there, and then that bit there, and that bit there. So that's my favorite song off the album. And the lyrics, I'm mostly proud of those lyrics because they came from inside they're very deep lyrics. They're about people coming out of themselves, and like being who they are on the inside as well as outside, and not caring what other people wear or what other people do. Just do yourself. Obviously, with the black nail varnish, I didn't used to do that. And people where I live, a lot of my friends are like, what are you doing? And that song tells them why I'm doing it, because I don't give up. Yeah.
But, yeah, as you say, you keep it real. So in a sense, is that a message outwards to people? Because, or let me ask you differently. Did that come naturally to you, that notion of, hey, I'm not going to waste my time worrying about what other people think?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a bit like that. I've always dressed a little bit different. But like literally, like a lot of my friends would, they'll kind of only wear stuff that they see other people wearing, if you know what I mean. Everyone kind of wears the same shit, sure, and does the same thing, especially my local area where I live. A lot of people, they just want to dress the same, and they might be a bit scared to dye their hair a crazy color or something like that, or do something like that. But yeah, for me, that helped me. It's just me expressing myself, man. Yeah, that's just how it is. Yeah.
Last question then. When people listen to the album, when it comes out, what do you hope? Do you as a group always hope that people take away kind of a message, or do you want them to, because obviously you want them to think, but do you want them to think particular things, or?
Yeah, I want them to think about the world of how it is, and how we're treating it. How we're treating the world, and like the way money pretty much runs everything, right. And just take a step back from the rat race of life and remember about planet Earth.
I think that's a good way to end. Jermaine, thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.